What is up, everybody? Let's see if somebody wants to come in here. Just out here at this Love's in Huntington, Indiana. Like I say, Love's is like a 40-degree day. And nobody give a fuck about a 40-degree day. But I had to do what I had to do. Man, I was just thinking about you the other day for some reason. I think I was talking to somebody about some real estate, and I thought about that. And then I thought about that. Yeah, I thought about when you came out to Denver that time. I'm just out here chilling, man. Out here at Love's, and I hate a Love's, boy, but I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, man, I hope you're doing well. Did you get out of this, or are you still in it? Because it's been a bit of a challenge lately. It still ain't mortgage industry like the stuff I've gone through in the mortgage industry in terms of up and down markets. This is nowhere near that. So what's up, Riches River, West Virginia? Boy, I'm telling you, we're about to get into my story here in a second, but all right, thinking about getting back in. See if a few more people come in here, then I'm going to get to this damn story, because first of all, I hate making mistakes. That's the first thing I hate doing. And then I hate, well, we'll get into it in a second, but what's up, Big H Trucking? Hey, let me tell you, I wanted to be mad about it, but I'm so tired that I didn't even get mad about this situation. All right, so we'll get into it in case I don't want anybody. Hopefully this video stays up, but I'm not going to put it off too long in case some people are going to check this out on the replay. But all right, so yesterday I go pick up this load. Supposed to be a dropping hook, supposed to be ready at like 1300. So I get there 11 o'clock. First of all, it's a big ass line to get in here. Finally get up there, give you the procedure, go park your trailer over here. What's up, Slime Pack? Jasmine. And then they're like, and then your trailer's, here's your trailer number, and it's going to be like over here. So I'm thinking, bet. I'm in and I'm out, and I could run this almost all the way there, get up the next morning, go deliver, right? Wrong. So right when I'm about to drop the trailer, leave to go drop the trailer, the guy comes back and he's like, man, this is your trailer number, but it's in door 27. So I'm still thinking, okay, it's almost done. That trailer had not even thought about getting loaded yet. So I don't leave there. This is the Chicago area. I don't leave there till almost 6 p.m. And my delivery was for 6:30 a.m. And I'd already burned up a little bit of time on my clock. Now, it's only 250 miles away, 260 miles away, something like that. No real overnight parking out there, so I can't just drive it straight there. Plus, I'm trying to make it through Chicago. Well, first of all, If this place had overnight parking, or had I been able to stay there, I would have just stayed there, let traffic clear, then leave later that night, and then just came up here at my appointment time. But I couldn't stay there. Once the closer you got to this place, the less parking there was going to be. So I was going to park out and leave about 120 miles left on the load, just because parking was getting a little sparse. So I wanted to, get in where I fit in. So I'd spent more than 3 hours in the sleeper at the shipper. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna be able to do a 7-3 split. My hours are gonna come back and I'll be able to drive it in. And I didn't need to do the split, but it was gonna work out a little bit better on my 14. I woke up in a panic because I realized where I was at, and I wasn't sure if my clock had already changed over to Eastern time. And sure enough, I was like 5 miles away from that border where it changes from Central to Eastern time. So I was like, fuck, I'm barely gonna make it on time. So I log out of sleeper, go on duty, and I take off. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm on US 30 on the way out here. Stop and go traffic the whole way, and this is like, I think I left at 4 in the morning. I thought it was 3 in the morning, but it was 4 in the morning. So US 30, lights all the way down the deal. I think I had 120 miles to go, and I had 2.5 hours to get there, something like that. I put it this way, I got there with 7 minutes on my clock. Or not 7 minutes on my clock. I got there with 7 minutes to spare before I was late. So I get up there, talk to the guard lady, and what does the guard lady say? I'm sure you guys know this that are in trucking. We don't have you scheduled for an appointment today. As a matter of fact, your appointment's not scheduled till July 1st. So I bust my ass, stressing myself out the whole way driving down here. And you know what it's like when you're driving, when you're little, when you feel, woo, I took a shower, so that ash is in effect. But you know how it is when you're driving and you're worried about being late and all that kind of stuff. I'm not one to be going around traffic or anything like that, but we was, we were doing some actual driving today. And then they tell me that. So this was, I get with dispatch like 7 o'clock in the morning, tell them all this stuff. And the night guy just says, message sales. Then my guy said he hasn't heard anything. So in a way, I'm not that mad. I'm getting this load off of me, whether I drop it at our Indiana yard or what. But I'm not sitting on this till the 1st of July. That's not going to happen. So I'm just looking at this as a chance to take a break because, I just added up my miles from last week, and I'm at 33.55 for last week. So I was a little tired anyway. So this is the time for me to maybe catch up on a little bit of sleep or whatever. So 3,300 miles or 3,355 miles. That's a perfect number to get before you start getting your logs audited. Not that my logs, there's anything wrong with my logs, but that's when they start digging in once you get to 3,400 miles. So that's where I'm at. Now, how did I end up at a Love's? Well, I was thinking I had an extra hour to get to here, or get to my receiver. So I was going to stop at a Love's and get some fuel in my reefer before I showed up there, but I was late. Had about a half a tank of fuel. There's a nice little off-brand truck stop near the, or closer to the delivery. But I couldn't go there because I wasn't sure. I could have if I wanted to pay for reefer fuel out of my pocket, whatever. But I figured, not knowing how long I'm going to be sitting, might as well come to a Love's where I know I can get fuel, showers, all that kind of stuff. So So that was that. And the thing about it is my appointment time is clearly, now obviously they have to set appointments however they set them, but on my paperwork it says my appointment was for the 27th. So I don't know. And Slime Pack, loves is like a 40-degree day. You know that quote from The Wire. Ain't nothing special about a 40-degree day. The one good thing about this loves, it doesn't have a naf. If it had a naf in it, I'd be 100% straight. But it's got a Taco John in there, so I did get some street tacos or whatever. So it's a nice to be a loves. It's nice, I just don't like the same old thing every time. And I guess consistency to some degree is good, but you could blindfold a motherfucker and let him loosen the loves, and he'd be able to find a shower, find out where he's going. I like something a little bit different, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what's up with that. How did I end up here? I was just talking to one of my drivers, and it's like almost every time that it's like whenever you change up the situation, things start falling apart. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. You could start off your home time in a great area, and for some reason, something always gets messed up in it. So what I'm saying about this is I went to Pittston to get a DOT inspection, and I drove through a bunch of water in Oklahoma, and I don't know if I flooded out my air compressor or what, because that water was almost up to step level on the truck when it was raining out there real hard. And I'd been draining it, and it was just like a bunch of fucking water coming in there. It was having a hard time building. Once I drained it out to where no moisture was coming out of it, it started to get better, but it still wasn't building up enough. It probably would have got better, but I had them put an air dryer in there. So instead of getting the DOT inspection, I had them do that and batteries. So somebody's talking about the TA it's exit 44. If you're talking about the new TA near Joplin, right before that, it's across the street from the old TA. So you got the old TA on one side, you got the new TA on the other side. But there are the best TAs and Petros are always going to be better than the best loves. And there's a bunch of those good ones out there. The problem is they got a bunch of those bullshit ones out there too. But let me get back to my thing. Where was I at? Okay, so I got a load going to that Chicago area again from Pennsylvania, and I tell my fleet manager, hey, that Road Ranger is not good, but that Big Apple is good. All right, let me get back to my damn story. Talking about these truck stops. All right, so anyway, I get that load. Now, I only got like 20 days left to get my DOT inspection. So I tell my fleet manager, hey, I'm going to stop in Manuka. When I'm there, get my DOT inspection, and then I'll be out. No intentions on going home or anything like that. I'm trying to keep everything level as I can. So go get the inspection, and he comes up with some shit, like some shit I don't even understand. But all right, it's knick-knack shit, but there's one thing Peterbilt had to do. So he's like, I can't do this here, so Peterbilt's gonna have to do it. So if I'm gonna have to go to Peterbilt, I might as well do that shit at home, right? I've been out since February 17th. That's that's a long 2-bit long for me, so I'm gonna be once I drop off this load or do whatever, I'm working my way back to Denver to get this DOT inspection done. And then I still haven't got my taxes done from last year, not because anything other than I haven't had the time to fucking do them. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and get that shit done out there. I don't plan on being there that long, but my son does know if I'm coming home and it's gonna be more than a few days that he has his homework to do. I want him to buy me a good bourbon, and I want to know what his rationale was for picking that bourbon. Man, I got till October 15th to get them taxes done, yeah. And if it was just trucking taxes, it'd be just simple, right? But there's other shit involved besides truck driver shit. You know what truck stop amazed me, and I just had refused to stop there, is that Love's in Gary, Indiana. I wasn't stopping there just because it was Gary, Indiana. And the reason is that when I went through training, my trainer used to always like stopping at that Pilot in Gary, Indiana. And I based everything about Gary, Indiana on that fucking Pilot. And he used to go to this fish place right next to the Pilot. And we walk over there the first time, you know, I'd never been there. And when you get older, you start, you know, figuring out probabilities of some shit happening to you. So we went over to this fish place, and I see all that bulletproof glass, and I'm like, bro, they don't put bulletproof glass up on some shit the first time something gets shot up. So you can go ahead and order my shit. I'll be at the truck, and you can bring it over. But that Love's is nice. A lot of fuel islands. You could take a 30 there if you had to. You know what I mean? Got that naff up in there. And the petrol across the street looked nice. So I might start adding that to, you know, places I stop. All right, let's see. Yeah. I drive through Kentucky and I see like the Bardstown Distillery, and then yeah, so I see a lot of those places out there. It'd be nice to go to one of those places. I think it was JJ's Fish and Chicken or something like that, Jasmine.
Attention.
Oh, let's see if this is.
Has arrived.
All right, just like I thought. He wants me to drop it at the Indiana drop yard. So let me just send him back a message real quick. All right, so as I expected, I'll be dropping it at that yard. So let's see, what did he say? Drop it at the prime yard in Decatur, please. Please. You're getting the extra miles and lost time will get you planned to Colorado ASAP. Service and safety is what we sell. All right, good to go. So I'll probably end up bouncing out of here real quick. I asked him when he needed me to get there, but if I get to that yard, they got some parking there, plus they got a Walmart across the street. And you know what? You always can find good Walmarts you have access to when you're about to come off the road. That's how that shit works. GP Transco's backing in here, and it's not looking too good. You better cut that angle. All right. Guess the other truck next to me might have to worry more than me. All right, so it's not that hot out here today. That's pretty good. But I have been in some hot ass weather. And if it hasn't been hot, it's been raining everywhere I've been. So I think I might be wrapping this up pretty... All this damn room, but I guess you just never know. I'm sure there was times when I was out there. I'm sure there's still times out there I might fuck up and look a little rookie-ish out here backing up. Trucker Trash Tammy, I think your old name was even better. That Misfit Flatbedder, that worked on so many different levels. Thomas, just saw you in PA Travel Center today. I'm a prime driver. That was not me. That was one of my trucks was up in Pennsylvania, I think. But that was not me in Pennsylvania today. I'm out in Indiana today. Oh, never mind. That's not going to calculate. Never mind. That is not a nice load going from Ben and Jerry's to Henderson, Nevada. I've repowered those loads, and I've done those on favors. There was if you remember Johnson's Logic, we had the same fleet manager, and Johnson's Logic got that load sent to him. That is one of the cheapest loads you could run at Prime. So Johnson's Logic was turning down the load, and basically my fleet manager kind of deboed him, you know what I mean? Said, you're going to take the load. And he's like, you know, pick it up and I'll find somebody to get it. So I get a call from my fleet manager. He's like, hey man, we got this driver. We got this logo in Henderson, Nevada. It's not a great load. I told him I'd get him off it, all this kind of stuff. Could you do me a favor and grab it? So I didn't know it was Johnson's Logic at the time. He gave me the driver's phone number. I call him. And Johnson's Logic has a pretty distinctive voice. So call him up and he's like, discussing stuff. I was like, Ross? He's like, yeah. He's like, man, they got me on this shitty fucking load. Told me they were getting... I was like, I got your back, man. Just tell me where to go. That is a horrible load. Especially if you... That's why a lot of those loads that leave there that are headed to Henderson, Nevada end up at the drop yard or at the terminal in Springfield. Nobody wants to run that load that far. Well, I appreciate that, Thomas. And that's one thing I get is I get a bunch of people sending me pictures of my trucks all over the place. So my girl that's leaving next month, she was like, I forgot how she put it. She's like, you got eyes everywhere. Oh yeah. Now see, if I listen, I'm all for my drivers getting them miles. So even if I might potentially lose a little bit of money on a load, I'd rather think a little bit more long term, keep them happy with the miles and all that kind of stuff. But in reality, as a lease driver, whatever that load pays, that is not that does not add up for that long. At minus 20 or minus 10 or man. Hauling flowers, that's a job right there. Hey, Rich. JW coming through has nothing to do with me sitting on this load. I was not sitting on this load till July 1st or whatever. And like I said, I needed a break. 355 miles last week. I was a little wore out. listen, I don't even remember how many miles it is from Ben and Jerry's or from Henderson, Nevada to, Vermont, but at $1, like, I don't even know if it was $1.20 a mile, but whatever it was, it certainly wasn't enough to be worth all that, because you get everything on that drive. You get the mountains, you get the heat, you get a little bit of good straight driving, but you got a bunch of bullshit just getting out of Vermont. Let's see. What's up, Linda? Truth of all, is trucking worth it these days? You know what? It's become a much longer term vision than I had planned it on being. If I was thinking that this is what it was going to be like forever for me, then it wouldn't be worth it. If I could look out into the future, then it is worth it. But right now, not really worth it in the immediate time frame. I'm not ignoring anybody, Linda. All right, I delivered to a Walmart in Springfield, Missouri. Prime thinks that their personal... Hey, Jack, we're not supposed to be... Well, first of all, most of the time, people just go up there bobtailing and park way. First of all, we need to be better out there at that damn Walmart anyway. If we're just bobtailing out there, whatever. But, man, I don't know how many carts I've, moved from places where, like people just went to their truck, emptied it, and left their cart right there by their truck. So I've done some shit like that before. But generally, I don't see anybody up there with no trailers or anything like that. Yeah, I agree with that too, Stoner Droid. And what time is it? I need to get with my fleet manager right quick on this message, because I don't want to start my clock too damn early if he's got a load planned for me. Ah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go anyway.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, just a second.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
Alright, so... yep, I was just in Springfield. Why was that in Springfield? No, it wasn't Springfield. Man, I've been at these terminals. It was, damn, was I just in Springfield? I think I was in Springfield and it was taking a while. All right, what's up, Andrew? I tried to call you a few minutes ago. Before I started this, I'm about to go drop this load off at our Indiana yard and wait for further instruction to get me headed towards Denver. a jackwagon. The most gangster thing I remember happening when I was in training was we were up in Boston, and it was like 8 o'clock, no parking nowhere near there. So we ended up at a Walmart. It was one of those smaller, this was back when there used to be 24-hour Walmarts, but this Walmart was one of those little neighborhood Walmarts. We rolled up into that place and actually backed into the dock like we were going to be delivering there, and did our break there. I mean, we were out of there before everybody came in to work, but that was what we did. All right, but I'm about to get out of here since I don't have instruction on when to drop this off. I'm just going to drop it off as early as I can and go from there. So I appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.